Astra Charlton, Director of Business Development for My Own Water Sports Limited, told Guardian Business yesterday, Bahamian citizens should be deeply concerned by any attempt to block access to a public beach. Cabbage Beach, in particular, is a vital space for locals and visitors alike. The eastern access gate currently in question may not be the same pathway our vendors typically use, but any blockage sets a dangerous precedent. It's alarming to imagine that the access we now enjoy could be next in line for closure. Pictures circulating on WhatsApp showed locks being placed on the eastern gate to Cabbage Beach. Charlton added, this issue is unfortunately not new. The easement used to access Cabbage Beach has been a point of contention for many years. Bahamians may still remember how this came to a head in 2016 when a fence was erected to cut off one of the beach entrances. In a dramatic show of solidarity, outraged citizens joined by then opposition leader Dr. Hubert Minnis, tore down the gate in protest. Since that episode, that particular pathway was reopened and remains in use, but its status has always been confusing and tenuous, essentially a private access way merely allowed for public use rather than guaranteed by law. Yet the underlying issue of securing a permanent public right-of-way to Cabbage Beach remains unresolved. She continued, now with a new development on the horizon, these fares are resurfacing. A luxury resort and residences are being built on Paradise Island's northern shore, adjacent to Cabbage Beach. The property owner has already signaled future restrictions by briefly locking the gate in 2021 under the claim of safety precautions during construction. That incident, where vendors returning after pandemic lockdowns found their usual entrances fenced off and their equipment moved, caused immediate uproar and protest until access was restored. It demonstrated that the access point we rely on can be easily blocked at any time. Many of the vendors suspect that once this high-end development is completed, there will be increased pressure to limit public access to maintain a five-star environment for their guests. The public consultation held for this project felt more like a checked box than a real dialogue. They satisfied legal obligations but left many local stakeholders, especially beach vendors, feeling unheard. Charlton said the government has recently made bold moves to reserve segments of the tourism industry exclusive for Bahamians. According to her, that commitment is commendable, and now it's time to apply the same commitment to Cabbage Beach, where dozens of small and medium-sized Bahamian enterprises operate daily. These vendors, many of whom hold valid business licenses issued by the government to operate at that very location, are legitimate tax-paying entities contributing directly to the local economy. Their services not only enhance the visit experience with authentic Bahamian offerings, but also sustain families and support broader economic activities. Yet, despite their formal recognition, they continue to operate in an unstable environment, vulnerable to abrupt closures and unclear rights of access. The government's ongoing negotiations with developers to preserve beach access are a step in the right direction, but those talks must result in a definitive, enforceable solution. Temporary allowances and vague easements have proven insufficient. Without legal clarity and permanent public access, vendors will remain in a precarious position, undermining both their livelihoods and the government's broader pledge to achieve full Bahamianization of the tourism and water sports sectors. This is the mess that we are in. When these governments are allowing these people to come here and just block access to the beaches, they're allowing them to take advantage of the Bahamian people.